I've always had friends, but I tend towards being a kind of a hermit. I do love to see my friends, but I need to be doing something with them. Just hanging out has never been appealing to me, even when I was a kid. You want to see a ball game or a movie or go get some food? Great. You want to just hang out on a street corner and listen to the radio? I'll see you later. So because of this, I've never been able to have a large group of friends. And friends that I was close to for a good long period kind of disappear with time. So lately I've been getting pretty good on the computer. My friend Harry, who I consider a computer genius, tells me about this Facebook. Well, let me backtrack. I had joined MySpace last year because I was trying to build up an audience for my website, but it ended up screwing me up with tons of cookies and clutter until it nearly destroyed my computer. After I had it cleaned up and restored, Harry tells me about Facebook and how MySpace is really for kids anyway, and Facebook is more for adults. I said, how is it different? He says, you'll be surprised. You'll find friends on there who you haven't spoken to since high school, maybe even grammar school. I was like, well, if I haven't spoken to them, then there must be a reason. But after a month or so, I relented and signed up. But the only friends I had on there at first were Harry and our mutual friend Marco. A person here and there would connect with me, but still they were all people I've seen in the last 6 months. Sometimes they were co-workers. But then one night, I couldn't sleep and I started typing names of people I used to know. None came up. If they aren't a member of Facebook, they won't appear on the list, so I punched in my own last name. First, a little background. My family came to America about 125 years ago, with one man sailing across from Germany. He had his children, and of those, only one boy, who was my grandfather. And he had his children, and my father had his. So as far as we know, we're the only people in America with our name. There must be relatives of my great-grandfather in Germany, but after he died, no one kept contact. I punched in our last name into Facebook and saw a woman with our name living in Australia. I asked her to be friends, and we have been messaging each other back and forth, trying to find out if she is indeed one of my distant cousins. She saw some of my videos on YouTube and says I look like her uncle from Germany. And she grew up just 15 miles from where my great-grandfather moved from. It might all be coincidences, but maybe not. Maybe I found our roots to Germany. If it's true, it would be exciting news for my whole family. I'm psyched about it, and anxiously await her next message with more concrete news about our family tree. Her family tree, sorry. Or as they quote in Germany, Stammbaum. But then something more exciting happened on Facebook. One of my best friends from my youth, indeed my best friend from high school, through most of college, contacted me out of the blue. We had drifted apart over 20 years ago, and while I'd hear things about him here and there from various friends and my brother, I hadn't spoken to him since 1988. Well, we started talking about old times and new, and now we're going to hang out one night and catch up. When you're good friends, no matter how much time passes between you, you should be able to pick up right where you left off. This year is my 25th anniversary from graduating high school, and I never considered going to a reunion before. I'm seriously thinking about it now because through this old friend I've started to make contact with a couple of others, and it brings back a lot of fun memories. I said to Harry that time, if I don't talk to them anymore, there must be a reason. But actually, when I think back, there is no good reason for a lot of friendships fading, just different priorities at the time. But Facebook is a wonderful way to catch up, because you can post your thoughts or just what you're doing, and you feel like you're keeping up with their lives. I mean, that doesn't replace hanging out. But in a way, it's actually a bit closer. My best friend living up north, I talk to a few times a year on the phone, and we email once a week. But I don't know what TV shows he watches or what his kids are doing on a daily basis. For those sort of intimate details, we practically have to be neighbors. Facebook makes you neighbors with people you actually like and love. And that's pretty cool. So, good day, mate, from the Predator.